All right. Thank you, Michael.
Hey, no problem.
And thanks for being transparent about the drug issues and the labor dispute.
It's tough, but yeah. You know.
All right. It's time to talk to my friend John Johnson with the Wine Rack. The Wine Rack is located on Frankfort Avenue, and it may be one of the coolest places in town. I visited you on the trolley hop at Frankfort.
You did.
And I've got to tell you, first of all, your place was jam-packed. And I knew you'd have a great wine selection. What I did not know is for the guys out there, and some of the gals, the beer selection on tap that you have there.
Yeah, thanks. We've always carried a lot of beers, a lot more than people think. We have over 150 beers currently, and I put in what's called a growler system a few months back, right before Derby. So we have eight beers on tap all the time, and we rotate those every week. So 2 out of the 8 will be new week to week, and it's all to go. You know, it's not for drinking on premise, but we sell what's called a growler, which is a 64-ounce container. It looks like a whiskey jug that you fill up and you take with you. It's kind of cool.
4 pints, right?
4 pints.
All right.
Exactly.
I'll tell you, it was absolutely delicious. The one you recommended. I think I had, it was Holy Moses?
Yep, Great Lakes Holy Moses, which is a Belgian wit style from Cleveland.
Very, very good. All right.
Good.
Let's get to the wine. John Johnson is the expert. What do we have here today?
We have, and before we do, I just want to say, I know people that are good at cornhole. I'm not one of them. So I'll send people.
I'm not either.
I brought what I call 6 wines for chillin'. And chillin' meaning actually putting a chill on them as you're chilling out in the summertime.
Cool.
So, you know.
Good timing here.
Exactly. And I got tired of waiting for the weather to break, so we're just doing reds anyway. But these are, most people are under, this is sort of a myth buster thing. Most people are under the impression that you should always have reds at room temperature, and that's not exactly true. And even at room temperature doesn't mean 75 or 80 degrees, you know. But there's a general rule of thumb, which is the lighter body, more fruit-forward a red wine is, the more of a chill you want to throw on it.
Okay. Like the rosé you recommended for my wife, and she loved it, by the way.
Good.
Great price, too, so I loved it.
Good,
right.
good. Yeah, and I've picked out 6 that I think are great for summer. They're good food wines, and they're all meant to be served a little cooler than your average red. Say your average red, like a Cabernet Sauvignon or a Merlot, are meant to be served ideally around 64 to 68 degrees. These wines are meant to actually be served closer to high 50s to low 60s. And, you know, I know you're not going to get a thermometer out and actually take a temperature on them. Just throw them in the fridge for maybe 30 to 45 minutes beforehand. The first one is a Beaujolais, and that's from George DeBuff. That sells for $11.99. Beaujolais is not a grape type. It's actually it's a region in southern Burgundy. The grape is Gamay.
Okay.
And that's best served around 50 degrees. The next one is what's called a Dolcetto. And Dolcetto from Maro Veglio is a little bit fuller body than the Beaujolais, but still very light, has a lot of grapey and cherry quality to it. That's from the Piemonte region in northwest Italy. Beautiful food wine, and that's $14.99. The next one is actually a good old U.S. Pinot Noir.
Okay.
And this is one of my favorites for its price category. This is called Bareboat, and it's from Sonoma. About half the fruit comes from Russian River Valley. About a quarter comes from Carneros, and a quarter comes from the Sonoma coast. And if you just remember one type of wine to have a good chill on for the summertime, it would be Pinot Noir.
Okay.
And but it's a beautiful, light-bodied, real raspberry-rich kind of wine with a little spice. The next one would be we're going back to the Piemonte, and this would be what's known as a Barbera. And Barbera and Dolcetto are 2 of your primary grapes in Piemonte, as well as Nebbiolo. This one is kind of more of a medium weight, kind of spicy and smoky, and that's a $9.99 bottle, which is, I think, one of the best values we have in red wine in the store. The 5th one in the lineup is a Rhone red, and we've had Côte de Rhones on here before. This one is called Masneuf, and Masneuf is a blend of Syrah, Grenache, Mourvedre, and Carignan. It's a little gamier than these guys, it's a little earthier, but still really nice, bright cherry and raspberry type fruit essences to it.
Yeah.
And the last one is called Project Paso, and Project Paso is from Paso Robles, as the name implies, and this is a blend actually of 8 different grape types. It's Grenache and Zin and Carignan, Mourvedre, and it has a little bit of Barbera in it. And these are all nice, great with a little chill on them. Some of them in particular, the last 2, are great, what I call barbecue wines. and they go really well with some spicy barbecue right off the grill.
All right.
This is a Pinot Noir with a little chill on it. It's perfect with salmon. There you go.
Thank you so much. And I'm going to send it over to our guest announcer, Michael Vanover, who is old enough to drink. Thank goodness.
Thank you.
Michael, let me know what you think and tell us what's coming up on the show. We'll put you to work for that.
Well, thank you. Thank you. Coming up next is the 725 Music Review with one of our favorites, Jeffrey Lee Puckett. And we'll talk to you about the Taste of the Grapevine to benefit the American Cancer Society.